Hello, judges and listeners. Welcome to hear our lecture from our group called Entrepreneurial Dreaming. We are engaged in developing our individual products and companies in aiming of achieving quality education from the United Nations. So, for the first part, the products introduction. Our products originate from several big questions about education. Adam, could you please briefly introduce about the base about China's education?
Alright, in China's education system, each class usually has a large number of students, and teachers have no way to determine the teaching objectives and methods for the whole class according to a student's specific problems and learning characteristics. So students may not be able to find a learning style that best suits them. As a result, a software that can analyze learning data is largely a market demand. Our products and services have a common name called Visual Report and operated by apps which users can download from browsers or open it with website address. Our products and services are tightly associated with education in which they can improve their academic problems, study puzzles, and their perplexity in how they can get into high study grades, and astounding academic performance with various ways. We will give each user focused solution based on their input information. We will also achieve this function through the construction of big database and the application of artificial intelligence. After comprehensive analysis and statistic recognition, we will output visual reports with electronic addition that customers can directly look through it and acquire their targeted information. Now, Tracy, it's your turn to introduce the business model.
Wow, thanks. So, in order to show the business model, we propose to demonstrate 8 parts. Now, let's start with the value proposition. First, our products can be defined as an education platform. This is why it is able to become a study engine. To achieve these aims, we largely use a big database to support our operation app. For our brand positioning, it's essential as we can clearly know about what kind of customers we need to face and how we can satisfy their demands. Our app is largely faces 4 types of customers. The basement of our 4 customers are usually students and scholars. So, based on their situation, we can do analysis and combine with database to give them an entire visual report. Then, we will expand our products further to schools and institutions. The major resources of our app are composed of the capital resources, human resources, physical and intellectual resources. We have CEO, CFO, CTO of top people management. Propose to achieve these aims above, we need to advertise our products by using 4 channels. The crucial one is a short videos, just like this we're gonna play. Well, as you see, it is a brief but a clear and effective way to introduce our products. We will also use a traditional way to advertise, like posters and leaflets. The new media like Bilibili is really, I think, the Chinese YouTube widely channel to expand our products. So, in my point of view, advertising our app via online and offline activities is always an attractive method. So, we have effective ways to maintain our customer relationship and build connections with them. First of all, we would like to recommend that customers are privileged. Once there is spent money, it elevates our regulated quantities of money. They will obtain the discounts when they use for more times. We also have immediate feedback tracking system when we could face the customers. Receive their feedback and revise our products and services timely. In the end, we will embody our full range of services into our system. In order to gain more power of our development company, we will form cooperation with our targeted key partners. Simultaneously, we would like to obtain abundant amounts of support from the government, since they will afford the government's purchase, with authority in reducing loan rates and offer us essential qualifications. We also need to build connections with China Big Data Bureau, since they will offer us with a big bowl of data and resources. The bank and the Ministry of Education of China could also be contained.
Now, let's summarize our key activities that are needed to be engaged into business development. We will firstly build apps, proceed technological review, and arrange product distributions. Then, we will undergo the products upgradation and services improvement. Along with above activities, we will also gradually expand our business size at specific states. At this time, we have completely finished our evaluation of business model. Alright, Tracy, how about our marketing analysis?
This is the cases in order to win the market leader status. We have explored many marketing advantages which we could benefit us with various ways. First of all, we have products peculiarity with unique functions and enormous applications. Besides, we have multiple selling channels. We have initiative in selling them individually, cooperatively, or monopolistically. Therefore, once we put our products and services into the market, they will automatically form the surge demand and benefit us from increasing customer quantities. Last but not the least, we can win the favor from governments in which we can acquire the fund support and authorize the qualifications. However, we have to simultaneously meet some challenges which we could probably restrict us from gaining long-term profit earning. For most, it's competitors actually. There are companies engaged in the similar products functions like GYEC. Don't worry about that. We have unique functions and designs that can completely differentiate the two products, because we have satisfied customers with a wide range. So in addition, we have also need to face funds limitation that will disturb us from long-term development. As a consequence, we have to urgently build connections with governments, banks, and investors in order to show them with our strong power and energy output. We will primarily utilize the government's support and get the allocations.
And ultimately, we would like to introduce our marketing plans. As the series of development, we will start up at our home city, Tianjin. Then, we will expand our company into Hubei district and whole China according to our gaining of financial profits and development conditions. In the end, we will promote our products and services into America, since we can bring benefit to more people and elevate our academic preciseness and accuracy.
But how could you support your data, Adam?
Well, it's related with our last part, the financial model. Now, we would like to introduce our financial model to your judges. The case is that we have 30 million as initial funds, 40 million comes from individual investment capital, 10 million comes from bank loans, and 4 million come from government subsidy. We will take both fixed cost and variable cost into account of total cost. We have fixed costs like building system, technological application, maintaining fees, and operation fees. Our variable costs are presented below with employees' wages for 3 million per year, expansion costs for 5 million per year, tax fees for 1 million per year, and bank loan for 2 million per year. We also build price model in order to calculate per year revenue and net profit. Your judges can definitely see the calculation formula. In the end, we draw the exponential functions based on the calculation of cost and revenue. And we eventually obtain the radix in exponential functions, which is 1.63. The picture on the right side definitely shows the net profits in each year.
This is for our whole presentation. Thank you for listening and looking forward for your evaluations.
Thank you.
Team Entrepreneur Dream. I'm very impressed by those numbers. As a high school student, you really got big projects. I'm very impressed. Congratulations. And is there any questions? Oh, we got a question from Vivian.
Yeah.
Hi, Vivian.
Yeah, I want to ask too. First, that what is the type of market your team have, and what are the costs or barriers for your market for your business to enter this market?
Okay, so could you hear my voice? That was a very good question. So our products and services will target on the education system and the education market. So since we made a lot of problems, so we need to enter the market like the education market and to solve this kind of problems. And also, you have mentioned that what we need to cost when we enter the market. So that is for our fixed cost. And you just can see like this kind of screens. So we have building system phase like technological application, maintaining phase, and operation phase. We have four kind of fixed cost when we enter the market. So that's for our whole story of financial. Is there another problems or another question?
Yeah, we do have. Thank you, Vivian, for raising the question. Thank you, Jack, for answering the question. We have a question from Harvey. Harvey, would you mind read that question for Jack?
Sure. Yeah. I'm curious about your $20 product price. Can you compare that with your competitors' pricing for us?
Okay, so actually we have a different financial model. For our competitors like GYEC or just another kind of apps, they will just they have the fixed costs, since they will just scanning the questions or they will just offer the solutions. But for our products, our peculiarity, like we will offer the one-by-one services. So our services, our price not depend on the fixed cost or fixed prices. They have variable prices. So it depends on the and just our difficulties in solving the problems and our difficulties in giving the analysis. Since in the output, we will offer the video report so that we can just offer just like the fixed output. We have variable output and the contents can be various. So our price model just depends on their output. So it's a completely different system and a completely different financial model.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have one question from Sarah. Sarah, would you please read the question?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Thank you for your presentation. I wonder if you could expand a little bit on the difference between your customer and your end user. Who would actually be paying, for example, for the $20 price?
Okay, so actually we have four types of customers, like our customer segments, but the students will be main users. Since during their academic career, they have a lot of problems, like their homework problems, like their academic grades. So the students will mainly pay the fee. And for another way, we will also offer some solutions to the scholars, since they will write some thesis. So they have to revise it and they want to just add some academic sources. So they can all use our system to revise it, and we will offer or we will give some point of view and give some opinions for them to revise it. Another thing, we want to build the cooperation with schools and institutions, since in this way, we can recommend our products and services to them. So for example, in my school, I will recommend this kind of apps to my school. So all the students can use it and all the teachers can use it to just revise the homework, or we can use it to do another functions. So that in total, we will build our mainly customers can be students and scholars, and we will also build the cooperation with schools and institutions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Jack. And we got 50 seconds. Do you have any questions? Yeah. Jack, want to ask or?
Okay, so I will still reintroduce our products comprehension. So we will undergoing this kind of procedures. So first, we will input the information according to the user's preference. So if users want to introduce like, how can we improve my grades? They can just introduce this kind of question to our system. And after that, we will give a comprehensive analysis and through our big database. So all the process will be proceeded automatically. So in the end, we will output the weight report. So the embodied weights can be various, like chart, like diagram, and we will form the weight report in the end.
I see. It's more like your visual academic reports, which other than only focusing on academic, we have more things featured or telling us about the student, right?
Yes, so
Okay,
now we will
thank
just
you.
focus on the education, and in the end, we will expand our business affairs to more and just two more fields, like the working conditions, like the presentation. But the
Thank
first,
you.
due to the funds limitation, we will only proceed in the education.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jack. Thanks for your team.